So I like to touch on this particular excerpt from this one guy that I listened to over the weekend, and this guy actually he said he was trying to revamp his channel. He wanted to make like a sports channel or something, and in that video he was pretty critical of one of the guys that I listen to very often, who was Dreamers Pro, and he was just basically talking about how he was always critical about Stephen A. and other things, but especially when it comes to his political viewpoints. But I do want to touch on this particular excerpt that he mentioned. If you want to listen to it real quick as I play it here.
And for the record, YouTube ain't my job. All my bills are paid because I'm a hardworking business owner off the internet. So before any of y'all come in here and accuse me of doing this for views or money or any of that, no, I'm not like this dude on the screen. This is his job. Even though YouTube ain't a job, it's a hustle. But this ain't my job. I do this purely for fun and for entertainment. So all you people that's gonna come with that attack, go ahead and leave it at the door because it don't work on me.
Yeah, he's like me. Basically, he does YouTube for fun and entertainment. He's just like me and the boss, And I've had this channel since 2012. So I've had this for quite a while. And, some people had told me, just to, if you want to make it your part-time job. And, I do appreciate what they suggest. But at the end of the day, it's like with Facebook and Instagram, I'm all about it's just for fun, I mean, I do have a job, even though I hate it, but, well, this guy says, his bills are paid off because he's a businessman. Well, that's great. I mean, but the point I want to make on that part is, people like me, I would rather have, a job where I would just, I'm somebody that I'm not really a big fan of when it comes to working remotely, but I would come into an office and just show up and work. I mean, I'd rather be on the site to do work and be surrounded by people, of different attitudes, different behaviors. The only reason why I say that, that I'm really sick and tired of being around these people in my dump is because most of them are lifers. Like, these are the same people that I've seen since day one, or year one or year two for me. And it's like I'm at the point where this is not really anybody's real world workplace. But I just thought I'd get that out there. But in general, I like being on site. Whether it's a Monday to Friday 9 to 5 job, or even on the weekends. I like a job like that. I like to be on a job where I'm literally working on something, whether I be a data entry specialist, or I'm a warehouse associate, hell, even a records clerk, librarian, anything. And I get that some people like to make this platform like their job, and it's cool and all that. I mean, I'm not really against anybody that does that, but for me, I just post for fun. And I want to also mention something, because I don't understand what he means by hustle. Like, YouTube is it's not really a job, but it's more of a hustle. Let me look at that real quick before I get back to this topic here. So yeah, basically it means the fact that he said that it's a hustle. I'm talking about this platform. He said it's a hustle because some people like Dreamers Pro, and some other guys, like they basically they make this a hustle because what it means is they they're they take this as a job to monetize now, and basically they need to have strategic planning, intense focus, and effort and consistency. Basically just what this guy said, as far as when some people make this not just a hobby, but as a side business, or you know that's where he mentioned that those people need like a certain amount of views. They need you know as many views as they can get, to generate the income that they desire, right? That's what he means when he said it's a hustle, as I just looked it up online. Now, this leads for me you know to make a big point about, as I'm making this video, why I had that audio about viewership. Now, for me, I'm somebody that just posts for fun, just like him, for entertainment and for fun. I don't expect my viewership to be anywhere as remotely close to those people whose videos generate 1K, 2K, 3K, 4K views, all of that. I'm not expecting numbers like that. Although, having been on this platform for a long time, some of my videos have already, there's only about a few out of 1,000 that I've made where they've had 1K views, right? The latest one I had, I would like to talk about this in a separate video, where that Julia Montez birthday shout out, and the craft that I made, the video that I made, after 24 hours, it was only like 4 views, and I was like, yeah. And then, not making a big fuss out of it, but, after another 24 hours, all of a sudden, those numbers started to really, really jump in. Next thing you know, when over the weekend, when I was on that Huntington Beach trail, that nature trail, numbers skyrocketed to like 600 something, and then it started to keep going up, and eventually I reached 1K. This is the first time I ever reached 1K on a Julia Montez video, birthday video. Of all the other ones that I did, this one reached the most views, and I gotta say, what an accomplishment. So I'll talk about that in a separate video. But point being, I'm not somebody that's expecting myself, unless I make this an actual job, which some people suggested for me to do. I'm not really expecting much. I'm fine with what I have, even though some of them are gonna be as low as like 1 view for some of my videos. Right? Some of them might reach like 5. It's like a roller coaster ride of views, and it's not really a big deal for me. I don't really expect, like I said, I don't really expect the numbers of those that are actually, that make this platform a hustle. So I'm fine with what I have. Some of them, are gonna reach, like in the case of my dump videos, probably like 30, 40, something like that. If it's my dump rants or a friendship issue, those usually get like 20, 30, right? It's almost like Facebook numbers for me when it comes to reactions or likes. But at the end of the day, I'm just doing this for fun, and I just thought I'd get this across. I know sometimes, when I wake up in the morning and I try to have a better day, it's almost like that every single day, and a lot of times it just doesn't get better. But whatever, my mindset is, I try to be as positive as possible, but it's been tough. And a lot of times, a lot of people that watch my videos already know where I stand. And even if I send some of the videos that for them to watch, not a lot of people watch them. You know what I'm saying? Even in the group chats, there's only about maybe a couple of people that watch, and it is what it is. Some of the other guys don't watch it, and I'm not forcing them to, you know what I'm saying? So, I just thought there's only certain ones that they would like to watch, but, they have their preferences. But for me, I already have my basketball shoot around numbers to be satisfied about than social media numbers, even when it comes to views. Okay. So I found myself a real investment on when it comes to number satisfaction, and that's what I just mentioned there. My basketball shooter numbers, especially when it comes to 3-point shots. Okay. So I can care less about social media numbers when it comes to likes and comments, and I've been long over that, especially since I've been out of social media for over a year. So in the end, for me, social media is for fun and entertainment. I know at some point I gotta accept what certain changes to my disliking, but at the end of the day, I mean, I have to look at it to where these numbers don't really matter. They don't make me feel like how I'm supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? Numbers don't really tell how people act, or how a person acts, or if a person's loved or hated in that regard. So for me, I just thought I'd make this point where based on that clip that you just listened to, he's just he's just doing it for fun, just like me. And I'm gonna stick to doing this for fun and entertainment, and that's what it is. I'm trying to focus on whether or not I can improve my graphic design career, which is going to take a lot of work and a lot of new skills for me to adhere to today's standards for graphic design, and it's a lot. In the meantime, I'm still looking for practically one that's, I'm still applying for graphic design here and there, graphic design jobs, but at the same time, I'm applying for ones that are not, and that's why I have my non-graphic design resume. So yeah, man, for me, I just like to get to this guy's point, sharing what the guy said, and about the fact that he just makes this platform for fun and entertainment, and so do I don't care too much about viewership, and it further explains why I don't really care for numbers like that anymore. That's why I have my basketball shoot around seasons. I already have my 2 full seasons plus a quarter. I started in 2023, so I'm fine with that, and I'm just gonna leave it at that. So you tell me what you guys think, man. Peace. Thank you for watching, everyone. Like, share, and subscribe.